Coming up on this episode of SEVA TV, we learn about a very special kind of tractor, hear about a remarkable 300 wins from an amazing basketball coach, and experience a touching animation. Stay tuned for all of this on SEVA TV.
From Merryhill, Midtown.
Welcome back to Boys on a Mic.
This is ways how to do a layup.
Jump.
Join us for an interesting interview with Emilyann from Galt High School, where she discusses the background of a very special vehicle.
The reason I created this video was because Magic Wheelchair actually made a costume for my brother Christopher, and he loved the costume. He loved riding around in it. He used it in all kinds of stuff. They make costumes so that you notice the costume before you notice the kid in the wheelchair, which kind of gets rid of a lot of the pity that you would think before. So it just helps the kid be noticed without you noticing their wheelchair first.
Let's watch Christopher and Emilyan's video to get a deeper understanding of what it takes to build this special piece of equipment.
I want to try something new and tell you about an amazing thing that happened to me last Halloween. An organization called Magic Wheelchair and my high school engineering department got together to make me an incredible Halloween costume. About a year before, they asked me a few questions about what I liked. I told them I liked the farming simulator video game. Then everything else was a big surprise until the big reveal. We met at our high school engineering classroom.
I'm Corey Hunt, and that's my wife Beth, and my buddy Troy, and my friend Stephanie. We work with an organization called Magic Wheelchair. I got involved in Magic Wheelchair when I met the founder of it. His name's Ryan, and his kid was rolling around a haunted house convention. Yeah, there's haunted house conventions. They're pretty cool. But he was rolling around in this large dinosaur-looking costume, about 10 feet long. And when I first saw it, I'm like, I want to ride like that. And then he goes, yeah, I work for this organization called Magic Wheelchair. And I went, wheelchair? There's a wheelchair under that? And I immediately recognized the power of it. It's transformative because it lets you see the kid and the costume before you see the wheelchair, which is amazing. More importantly, it's a charitable organization that doesn't cost the family anything for what we do. We fundraise everything, we crowdsource everything. I know a lot of you are already aware of this, but I just want to be able to say how proud I am to work with this organization. This is our fourth build. We had the help of the high school students, and hopefully they learned some really cool skills, because if I had access to YouTube and these kind of skill building things, I would be a monster today. I've had to learn a lot of this through my friends, and until YouTube existed, I was kind of just figuring stuff out on my own. So, My Little Pony wheelchair, that's what you wanted, right? Okay. We went with the glitter pink. But I don't want to belabor this too much longer. I don't want to take a lot of your time. I want you to see it. We have some surprises in it. I hope you don't mind. Summer pony oriented. But with no further ado, I would like to present the cooperative, John Deere inspired. The wheel spin. Is that right enough? Good. Got your name on there? And we got a hazard thing here. For when you slow down traffic. Like all farmers do. Alright, cool. You want to load them? Hey buddy, look.
My favorite part was all the lights and sounds. The speakers were connected to large buttons on the inside that I could push with my foot. They make horn and engine sounds. I can also play music on the speaker. I really appreciate all the hard work that the engineering department and my teacher put in on my costume.
So we also got you a My Little Pony. Are we looking? I'm good down the gap over here. We're good. Okay.
Oh yeah. And then someone would pick it up and all of them would fly off.
They didn't think it was. I didn't think it was.
You just gotta wait.
Okay, who's driving back here?
Wow, nice ride, Curtis.
How's it feel? Does it run like a deer?
His face, he's laughing from me. We're gonna take out that chair over there.
Yeah, Chris.
I'm spinning the wheel.
I went to the trunk or treat at my church that night. Everyone was amazed by my costume. On Halloween, I wanted to enter the school costume contest at lunch, so my mom and brother brought my costume. Unfortunately, on the way in, one of the caster wheels broke off, so my friends had to carry the tractor. I did win the contest. That was a big W for me, Magic Wheelchair, and the engineering department. This is me with my principal and the engineering teacher that helped put the whole project together. After the contest, we went back to the engineering shop and fixed the wheels so I would be ready for trick-or-treating that night. Trick-or-treating with my family was so fun. People kept stopping and asking to take pictures of my costume. Later, in November, I used the tractor to produce a Fable video for my video production class. My final bit of excitement with the costume this year was entering the lighting of the night parade in my town.
Merry Christmas!
We had so much fun in the parade. Unfortunately, right at the end, the other front caster wheel fell off. We had to wait for a rescue in the rain. The tractor comes apart for easier storage. My parents spent Christmas break finding a home for my tractor in the garage. I am excited to use it again next year. Here are some behind-the-scenes shots of the engineering students and Corey Hunt working on my costume. Awesome job, everyone. I think that Magic Wheelchair is an amazing organization. It meant so much to me that they were willing to put in so much time and effort to help me have a costume that my wheelchair became part of. I loved that people noticed my costume and not my wheelchair. It was awesome. Thank you to everyone who made it possible.
What an amazing feat of engineering. Thanks to both of our student producers for that fantastic story. Now we will take a deeper look at a dramatic video by Rahul and Gagan from Merryhill Elementary and Middle School.
Alone, in the rain. No one is here, and no one will ever be here. But it wasn't always like this. I was a genius in the classroom. The only problem is that I was always too lazy. I was the procrastination master, always leaving my homework to the last second, and always leaving me sleep deprived. The stress started to add up, day after day after day, until that fateful night. There was a project due the next morning, and it was the biggest project of the year. The teacher had given us 3 months to work on it, but I was doing it in the last 3 hours. It was 4 a.m., and I had to leave for school at 7. I needed my sleep after all, so I fell asleep that day with a half-finished project to present tomorrow. Of course, I wasn't able to. It was all over that day. I was sent to the principal's office, and I knew what was coming. He sent me off in tears with a letter of suspension. With this letter of suspension, the prestigious high school of my dreams was now out of reach. What would I do now? I had to go to the public school near my home. Infamous for its low budget and teacher pay, it was sure to be subpar. Eventually, after 4 years of an apathetic view to my suffering, I graduated. Finally, I could go to college. I was free. But of course, it couldn't be that simple. My mistakes had to chase me throughout my entire life, and every single college that I applied to rejected me. Why wouldn't they? I had no redeeming qualities other than being the top student of one of the worst schools in the country. The only college that accepted me was my local community college, which only had a 2-year program. I graduated with a community college degree, and I knew that my life was over. All of my dreams out of reach, because I made one mistake. I left home the day after I was done with community college. I went to go to the city to accomplish amazing things. And I got the back-breaking job of the garbage man. I wasn't even the driver. I was the person who grabbed the garbage bags and threw them in. My personality and looks didn't do wonders for me either. No one wanted to be my friend. This continued into my old age. Eventually, I was promoted to the manager of the business, and I was starting to make a good amount of money. Maybe I wasn't such a disappointment. But I knew that, all along, I never accomplished what I wanted. I was destined to be a failure from the start. I had no friends, no family, no love to speak of. I was truly alone. Forever.
Wow, they really showed how one moment can change a person's life. Our student producers know how to make an impact. If you're looking for another good drama, check out William and Caleb's piece from Casa Roble High School.
So this dude took my charger. He thought it was his, but it's mine. So it was like, hey, give me back my charger. He didn't. So he wants to get into a fight about it.
That's such a rip. That's not even his charger.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Good morning, class. Just waiting for the rest of you to show up. You guys know what you should be doing. You're working on a writing assignment with your group that I assigned to you last week. That's about it. Dude.
What?
Are we filming this class?
Yeah. What are we gonna do about it?
We need a miracle, dude.
What's up, guys? What you doing?
Dude, not much, dude. We're just trying not to fail this class.
Don't worry, guys. I got this.
Are you sure, dude? I thought you failed the last assignment.
Yeah, I heard you got an F.
F's are subjective. You and everyone else who read it knew it was a masterpiece.
Dude, are you sure?
Yeah, remember in 4th grade, the report about the frogs? The teacher loved that one.
I mean, if you're sure about that.
Yeah, just pretend like you guys are doing something. I'll do all the writing for you.
Oh, hey, did you finish it?
Yeah. You want to see it?
I don't know, man. I'm still a bit skeptical about your last assignment. Let's see it here.
Oh, that's the most beautiful piece of writing I've ever seen.
That's so good.
Now let's turn this into the teacher.
That's great. Well, it's kind of almost the end of class right now, so let's turn it in tomorrow. Hello, Mr. Wood. How can I help you?
Here, Mr. Wood, this is our group assignment.
You do realize you can just turn it in online, right?
Yeah, but we want to see your reaction.
Okay. Wow. This is amazing. I would give you guys an A+, but it's 4 days late, so I can't. I thought it was due this Friday. It was due last Friday, not this Friday. You guys know what you should be doing. You're working on a writing assignment with your group that I assigned to you last week.
So, did we pass?
Let me check real quick. Nope. I'll see you next year.
Riveting. That video makes me want to read That Never Told Story. Great job on creating the drama. Let's change directions and hear from Zoe from Sutter Middle School about her experience interviewing a basketball coach with an amazing winning record.
I interview this coach, Coach Michelle Masseri, down at Sacramento High School, who has accumulated 300 wins. I got to see how she does her coaching and why she does it. Good Day Sacramento was also going to interview her, so we showed up on the same day and I got to talk with the Good Day Sacramento interviewer and I got lots of tips. It was just such an honor to talk to her. I loved it.
Amazing job. Let's watch Zoe's video about the 300 wins.
Hi, my name is Zoe Brown, and I'm here with Coach Michelle Masseri, the girls basketball coach at Sacramento High School. Wow. 300 wins. How does that feel?
Feels really good. I feel blessed. I've had a lot of good assistant coaches and a lot of great players that have helped me do that, so it feels amazing.
How did you feel when you got to 200 wins?
Feels like a long time ago, but we were at a basketball tournament in Arizona, so it was kind of, no one really knew about it, so that was very different from the 300 when everybody celebrated.
How did you get introduced to the sport of basketball?
I used to play with my brothers when I was younger, and my dad coached me, and that's how I got introduced.
What made you decide to become a basketball coach?
My dad is a football coach, and he's done a lot of good things, and so I loved coaching, and then I loved basketball, so I just put it together.
What are your core beliefs as a coach?
Hard work, dedication, and you get from the sport what you give, so the more you put into it, the more you'll get out.
Interesting. Speaking on being a team player, sportsmanship, how do you handle disciplining players?
I think that part is really tough, but players need discipline because when you're in a game, it takes discipline to win a game. So we start by being disciplined with first in the classroom, second like as a person, and then third would be on the court. So how we work a lot on picking their teammates up, giving each other high fives, positive encouragement, and then we set rules that they have to follow. And then if they break them, then we have consequences, but usually we just start by being like a good person, a good student, and then we work on the on-court stuff.
How do you motivate your players to be the best?
I yell at them. No, I'm just kidding. We just try to give them as much praise as we can, and then the tradition, so they see everybody else that did it before them, is used as a lot of motivation, like trying to get to college and get a scholarship and to win, I think is a lot of motivation for them.
On game days, are there any pre-game rituals that you guys do?
We run out of a tunnel, we have a little chant that we do, and then we have our warm-ups. But before we leave the locker room, we slap a poster on the wall that says, be an energy giver, not an energy taker. It's about us, not you. So they slap it before they have to leave the team room, so that they put all of their personal stuff aside to play for each other.
How do you celebrate when you win?
I go home and walk the dogs. And just get happy and then move on to the next game. I give myself one night to like be excited and be happy, and then I prepare for the next game.
It seems like SEVA TV has found a future newscaster. Great job, Zoe. Our student producers have so many talents. In our final video, Megan, Eloisa, and Mary from Pleasant Grove High School shed light on the pressure people place on themselves in a touching animation. That wraps up our episode for today. But don't worry, we have more episodes of SEVA TV coming your way. For more content, check us out on secctv.org or find us on your favorite platform, X, Facebook, Insta, and YouTube. We have it all. My name is Naya, and thank you for joining me on this episode of SEVA TV. Until next time.